Pressed the wrong button there. Good afternoon, everybody. I apologize for being a little late. Extra. Hop on right away. Plus the cat. Cat Overlord demanded some. He's actually right here. Overlord demanded some attention. Come up here. Water. No, he's doing it. He's just standing there. Tin can. Stream's not already ending. No, no. I pressed the wrong button. I pressed the wrong button. There's not the stream ending. I apologize. It's already ending. I'm sorry, you guys. 4 minutes was all you get. It's just the music. There's no actual stream. I just want to do that opening. I'm trying to get the cat up here. He's right here. Can I come up here? Like he's like looking down. He's like looking up. He's like, "What is this? Coming?" Yeah, my day's been good so far. There he is. Oh my gosh, you can't even. Look at that beautiful guy drinking. I hope your day has been good as well, Tin Can. I'm just open Snowpeak here. I got this bottle so that when he's tearing up my carpet, I can spray him. That's like the one thing he does that I gotta get him to stop doing is tearing the part my carpet. Brutal on that carpet. Droid. Bye, Daiki. Bro, don't you dare jump on that bed. Watching you. Just like computer table. See, that's usually where he goes when he wants to jump on my bed when it's time. So, yeah, my day's been all right. I'm clicking on it, and it's tap to start, tap to start. I feel like there might be something weird with my computer. It actually took me like.
No alarms tripped. Infiltration success.
We're gonna watch this.
Surprised? Huh? You knew all along? Wow, you're incredible.
The amount of wiggling she does is what I find it. Cat is going back over to his cat tree. We're going over to here. We are gonna finish Suspense in Skytopia. We're a little more than halfway done. We're getting this done. The real question is, should I stick with them? Let's see if I got any. Yeah, we'll stick with them. This is their battle anyway. And you know, I'd feel bad.
Just give the order.
I'd feel bad if we
I'll take care of this quick.
played someone else.
Contaminating all of New Hintero with Titagen? It doesn't make sense.
You mean it doesn't benefit Rosen?
That lady definitely isn't on the same side as Etta, so why is she paving the way for her?
Unless, to reach her own goal, she needs New Hintero to be completely contaminated by Titagen first.
Fuck. Oh. Ha! Injured myself. By the way, Tin Can. You haven't told me how you're
No need
doing
to
yet.
panic.
Oopsies.
All within control.
Don't slow me down, okay?
Recovered supplies.
Kim on. Oh man, who is this?
Weakness exposed. Let's put an end to this.
Ugh. And this is her overpowered skill. This is such an overpowered AoE attack.
This is useless.
Stop. Okay. My favorite. Okay, so we're gonna go up here. Oh!
Besides the
We're gonna
Titagen,
do this.
there's something else here.
We're gonna mow these fuckers down.
What's wrong?
No. My body. It's resonating with the environment here.
Benny's body is resonating? What? Oh, these guys are a little rough. I think we won.
This is useless.
Track the fleeing person.
Recovered supplies.
They went this way. They're dressed like an. Oh.
Life, Benny, can you hear me?
Do you have an update?
I've discovered that this isn't ordinary Titagen contamination. Rosen mixed something else in with it. It seems like some kind of microbionic substance.
We gotta.
If you wanted to tell us to be extra careful, you're a bit late. I know we're in a hurry, but if you find the source of the contamination, don't be too quick to destroy it.
Gotta
Looks
destroy
like our
this.
signal was interrupted again.
There. Now
Don't
use
slow me
Benny's
down,
skill. Does some extra damage. There we go. Oh. Got annihilated.
This is useless.
This is use. What's use?
I'm here to put an end to the storm. Just as you wish.
Oh. Ooh. So, for my drink right now, I'm
Adjutant,
using a.
Don't let me out of your sight.
It's like a lemonade hydration drink. Like a powder. But it's supposed to help you hydrate and recover your electrolytes. And I
Stop.
put 2 packets in, and
Hold
it
your
is
position.
sour. My mouth puckering every time
Does
I
the
drink
environment here seem strange?
It's an illusion. What we are seeing may not be real.
it. An illusion?
No way. My head is as clear as ever.
It's not your head. It's your eyes. This island is using something we can't see. To lure us. Awaiting orders.
It's a trap.
Don't slow me down, okay?
Target down.
You know, I will say I do like the dual machine guns. I assume those are dual. Up! Bounce! Woo! Oh, right, and she does that. Up! Hells yeah. Over there. Yeah. Adventus. We're just gonna
Target
get rid
down.
of all of them. Might as well.
Fully loaded. Remember how they moved. There'll be more of them.
I don't trust anything. I want them all gone. But we're going this way. Advent is still down there too. What are they doing on the water? Did they suddenly become Jesus?
Target down.
Whoop. Oh no. Oh, okay. It's shallow. That explains.
It has to be nearby. We need to find it quick.
Our bodies are probably now immune to the Titagen contamination. What are you worried about?
I'm not immune to the other stuff in it.
There'll be more of them. No need to panic.
So life for Fenny is in trouble
Fully loaded.
still, I guess. Ooh. Can we get any? So? No. Nothing. Phew.
Your gaze will always be mine to control.
I think the next stage is gonna be visual novel. That's all you can do, huh? Oh, Katya. Is she in trouble? Or is she enjoying herself? In a dimly lit room in the center of the main exhibition hall, on the outer eco island, Katya was experiencing the cruelest test of her maybe captured. You only have these little tricks? Huh. I'll never lose to someone like you. Who is she talking to? Ever since the Demiurge handmaiden attacked her in Heartflow Garden Monument Square, this talented Heimdall operative, often considered to be the best at individual combat, was stuck with no hope of escape. And Rosen Quarena was the instigator of the predicament. At that moment, the tall woman furrowed her brow. She remained silent, seemingly considering something. Though she's fighting with Rosen. Screw you! Ooh. With this curse, a product of all her remaining strength, Katya finally fought back. She expelled a glowing, silk-like cluster from her body, avoiding the inevitable fate that came with being dominated by it. The object passed through her forehead and was discharged from her body before finally disintegrating, fragmenting as she watched on. Hey! After watching it shatter, Rosen couldn't help jumping to her feet. That thing was incredibly valuable. Jeez, you should have just said something if you didn't like it. Now you've done it. Okay, so Rosen tried to infect her with one of those parasite thingies, but Katya proved her badassery and expelled it by herself and destroyed it. She looked at Katya, an indignant attitude, before suddenly turning to her side and continuing to speak. Before Ganges is completely taken care of, we have a limited amount of awakening dust. Now that you've ruined this one, looks like Secretary Kim has her work cut out for her, huh? Kim A-yeon, who had been standing next to Rosen motionlessly, perfectly blending into the background, shuddered when she heard the latter half of Mander, you know I'm not hiding out in this room to slack off or be lazy. I was forced to terminate the data transmission to Ganges. You know, in his two manifestations almost killed me just now. Yes, that's correct. Rosen took a step to the side, turning her body to face Secretary Kim. She then narrowed her eyes and grinned. Why do I feel like something excessively violent is going to happen just now? No one came into this room because they were lazy. Came because they're afraid, right? Ah. Uh-oh. As if she had suddenly been pricked with a needle. Kim Ah-yeon's eyes. Am I? No, you can still hear. Okay. I thought for a second that my microphone was muted. I wasn't seeing the little bar that says, yeah, you're talking. Am I wrong? She was afraid the man she was infatuated with would get hurt. And I was afraid my plan would go sideways before it reached completion. And you? You're afraid of quite a few things. I'm sorry, Commander, No, I don't blame you. Don't get all nervous. You're only like this because your boss, Miss Pye, is so impatient. Man, Rosen's a piece of work. I think she might be worse than Etta. She's impatient to get revenge, impatient to kill the adjutant. She knows how important Ganges is to my original plan. She wants to take control of Ganges as soon as possible to get leverage over me. It's understandable. No big deal. Thank you for being so forgiving. I don't think she's forgiving. Yeah, however, here we go. The relieved expression on Kim Ah-yeon's face only lasted moments before she was once again scared to death by Rosen's abrupt, frigid gaze. I was forced to rescue her myself, so she actually owes me a favor, right? As she said this, she slowly strode over to Kim Ah-yeon, leaned down, and whispered to the scared woman with a blank expression. You know, I would have just taken my chances with the adjutant. Okay, someone just accused me. Someone I know and consider a friend just accused me of using AI art. So, sorry about that. I had to respond really quick. What do you need me to do? I'll do it right away. Whatever you say. Damn. I'd almost feel bad for Kim if she didn't choose the wrong side. Ah. She reached up and pressed a button on the wall next to her. One of the walls in the dim room rotated with a faintly mechanical sound. Opening up to the other side, it revealed a one-way mirror. Huh? What? Adjutant? Adjutant! Wait, what? Did she see me? Wait, what? Was I captured? Ugh. I'm so ticked off. We've been going in circles for what feels like forever. Why are we right back at this stupid sphere? This isn't some kind of smoke and mirrors. This building is just designed extremely well. Kim Ah-yeon should still be hiding out in here. Just keep looking. Katya, already weakened, watched the scene outside from the newly opened wall, thanks to the dim light of the room. Right, back then, I was walking through the outer hallway of the Eco-Exhibition Hall with Life and Fenny. There was only a singular wall separating us from the dark room we would later discover. But due to the exceptional architectural skills of the original New Hentiro designers, paired with Rosen's meticulous planning, the three of us didn't notice a thing. See? It looks like they got lost looking for you. Go give them a hand. So Rosen wants her to lure them in. Yeah, it was a bit insulting, Tin Can. I'm not gonna lie. I use AI to keep track of things, like game stats for my characters in some of my novels, and calculations because it's better at calculating than I am. But I don't use it to write for me. I don't use it to make my artwork. And when someone who knows you kind of asked you if, hey, you use AI, did you use AI for this? Little moment where I'm just like, I don't quite know how I'm supposed to feel about that. Yes, ma'am. Answer whatever questions he asks you. Take him wherever he was to be taken. Understood. So Rosen is letting her come to us so that we can reveal our plan to her. I'm assuming. Hang on one second, you guys. Alright. Rosen moved swiftly. Can't use my words. Can't use my words. Okay. Rosen softly moved away as she said this, while Kim Ah-yeon just stared ahead with lifeless eyes, mumbling like a marionette. She turned around, pushed the door open in the dim room, and walked off. All right, Blue Bolt. Let's get down to business. She gazed at the shattered pieces of awakening dust on the ground, deep in thought. You worked very hard just now to turn me down. Maybe I should focus on... You stupid wetch. Just come at me with your little tricks. I love Katya. She just completely fucking shuts Rosen down. She used all of her remaining strength to rotate her body, doing everything in her power to face Rosen and shield the person trapped behind her, which is Marianne. You're a mercenary. A lone wolf. You should be the standard. But after just a few months, this is what you've become. Are you some kind of lady knight? Sacrificing herself to fight the strong and protect the weak? Katya? Although her words were for Katya, her eyes were focused on the scene outside the room. She then stepped slowly toward Katya, crossing one hand over the other and stretching her wrists and fingers. I really can't let you go, Adjutant. What kind of magic do you have? You sure know how to surprise me. Every time I see that smirk. Did I miss something? No, I did not miss anything. Stop! How many times have we been around this place? What are we doing here? It was a fair question. To be honest, I couldn't remember how many times we'd already passed through this corridor of the exhibition hall. We'd raced here from the outlying island where Heartflow Garden was located before breaking into this new area, created by the mingling of the ancient landscape and invading Titagen. As we searched for the trigger Rosen had planted to cause the invasion, we were also attempting to take Pai's secretary captive. Currently, I had the seed that had led Titagen to corrupt New Hentiro, but the secretary vanished from our sight after running into the exhibition hall in front of us. No matter how many nooks and crannies the three of us searched through, we simply couldn't find her. That's a little surprising, given how many times the adjutant has done this. I kind of figured he'd know about whatever secret passage she used to meet up with Rosen. Adjutant, can you show me that thing? Just as Fenny and I started looking at one another, Life suddenly appeared in front of me, stretching out her hand. No, don't! I get a headache just looking at that thing. That's why I want to make sure of something. So it seems Life has a much better handle on her manifestation powers and Titagen in general than Fenny does. She looked at Fenny with a calm gaze, a sense of indisputable dignity in her eyes. The frazzled lioness was in a sour mood, but Life's stare seemed to relax her furrowed brow somewhat. Theoretically, the treatment process we both endured should have been the same. The exosuits we're wearing right now were also designed by the same company. Why are you totally unbothered by that thing, while I get a headache the second I see it? I just want to stomp on it. Man. Benny just wants violence. She woke up and chose violence today. Thinking back on it carefully, the only difference between the two of them was Svenny's direct contact with Rosen and all of the previous possibilities. That was also the one thing that left me confused. In the rehearsals I had practiced with my Titagen projections, there were several instances in which Fenny didn't run into Rosen until the very end. But even under those circumstances, she still harbored a seemingly innate disgust for that clustered object. Tin can, what is that face for? This, oh, I can't even look at it. Wait, if I go over here, what is this for? Also, Hunter. And I'm gonna say Hunter. Hunzeven Hunzeven Hunter. Welcome. I'm afraid the only person who can clear that up is the one who created this mess. If we want to know what this is and what it has to do with Fenny, we need to catch Rosen first. Lioness. Oh, Life is interrupting me. What? No raid alerts. This is true. Wait, did you just raid me? Did I just get raided and I didn't know it? Yeah, nope. I did not get a single alert of anything. Oh, damn. I don't know. Hold on. If you raided me, then yes, I did not get an alert for it. Raided with a party of 7? What? Why am I not getting notified of that? It seems like a big deal. Also, thank you for the raid. Let me see. Maybe there's something wrong with my live overlay alert box. So I got an alert box here. And it should alert me whenever I get raided. Yes. So I have the alert for raids turned on. So I don't know. It could be Streamlabs is having problems. Like I actually had issues trying to make it go live today. Like it wasn't syncing to the cloud, which might have something to do with what happened to Cloudflare a while back, but I don't know. I have no idea. But thank you, Hunter. It's good to see you, and I greatly appreciate the raid. Thank you so much for that. So we're about halfway through chapter 13 of Snowbreak. Got it. She got it? What does she got? Uh-oh. They're like on the same wavelength now. I hadn't finished speaking before they suddenly were on high alert. I sensed something flash before my eyes. I see your GIF. I don't know what it is, though. What is this? I thought maybe I could, like, scroll in. Oh. But I cannot. I do this. You're gonna get dizzy for a second, but give me a second. This is definitely anime. It's a hot chick. Hot chick. Cosplayer? Whatever it is, I like it. Let me... Then move that off to the other screen. Where was I? I remember where I was. Hang on. I hadn't finished speaking before they were suddenly on high alert. I sensed something flash before my eyes. Life had already dashed forward, while Fenny positioned herself in front of me, raised her rifle, and scanned behind us. Kim Ah-yeon? She just came out willingly. Though asked in a low voice, Life's question resounded from a distance. I looked over to discover she had aimed her guns at the back of a slim woman's head. Awakening dust, Heimdall Adjutant. That thing in your hand is called Awakening Dust. She's answering all of our questions. But you know, because she's answering all of our questions, I'm all the more suspicious. Like, I don't know what Rosen's game is right now. As Life's guns were pointed at her, she slowly approached me and Fenny. However, the expected enemy ambush didn't appear. After making sure our surroundings were safe, Fenny temporarily let down her guard. That seems like a recipe for disaster. Fenny, don't let down your guard. It was originally a biodevice used by the military. Commander Rosen Quarena mobilized a group of experts in the field of Titagen research long before she left the military. They secretly helped her develop it. She now considers herself the leader of the Demiurges, which I'm assuming are like demigods. So manifestations who have been completely flooded. They have abandoned their identity as humans and consider themselves a completely new kind. Although they maintain a certain degree of their original human consciousness, they also inherit the power, memories, and emotions of their Dewas, leading them to see themselves as gods or incarnations of gods. After the becoming demiurges, there are significant changes in their appearance. Some demiurges still present themselves to others with a human appearance, but any anthropomorphized form and behavior is a mimicry based on human memory. A mimicry they fundamentally dislike. Wow. Welcome, Cal. It is good to see you. You have arrived and I have begun. So we are now learning about the demiurges. I'm assuming now that at some point we're going to have to face more demiurges. And not just Rosen. She now considers herself as leader of the demiurges. She puts the awakening dust into the brain of a manifestation, allows it to latch onto the theotropic nerves like a parasite, and then supplements the process by infusing them with Titagen. This triggers the transformation into a demiurge. Through this approach, humans can rid themselves of genetic limits, evolving in a completely unprecedented way. I thought he would have figured that out, evolving. He seems confused, but I feel like that much was obvious. And after all of the times he has gone through this same scenario, you know, re-zeroing himself, I kind of figured he would have guessed that by now. You completely vanished when we were searching for you. Now you show up out of the blue, spouting a bunch of nonsense the second you open your mouth. What happened? You already completed whatever task that awful lady gave you. No, this is the task she gave her. She was silent, lowering her head, as if she was thinking about something. Where have you been hiding this whole time? Life's getting right to the point, but I'm wondering if she'll answer. Right under your noses. Oh, yep. She's been answered. Benny's just like on the ball today. The original designers of New Hentiro were able to suspend an entire city in mid-air. Compared to that, creating a few hiding places in a building was a piece of cake. A piece of cake. I mean, I can believe it. You're Pai's secretary. Why are you helping Rosen? I don't have a choice. So she's being forced. She looked up, meeting my gaze. She appeared as if she was in a real predicament. Your operative is right. The myths and legends of humans, imaginative stories full of power held by elite individuals, were transformed into data with special code. So she's talking about the Delos, right? No. Yes? Ah, she uploaded this data to Ganges. With the Titagen from the activated tree in Kuru and the awakening dust, Rosen can replicate her ideal world on a large scale. Oh, wow. That so-called evolution utilizes this approach to create individuals that are as powerful as gods or heroes, replacing the people that she deems unworthy of life. Rosen's kind of fucking crazy. Correct. After uploading the data, people like me who don't fit her criteria are useless. We will naturally be abandoned. Then why fucking work with her? Before, out there, you and your two operatives saved me from the assassins that Rosen sent. I know you didn't do it intentionally, but I'm still grateful. So wait. That person who was dressed as an Adventist was Kim? I mean, I guess it makes sense, but she doesn't look anything like Kim. Like, they look nothing alike. To be honest, I've been terrified this whole time. That's why I hid. But I think, since Rosen's people didn't kill me, my life should be... Uh-oh. Is she about to die? Is she gonna transform into a monster? Oh no, never mind. Benny's just gonna interrupt her. Should be of some use? Give it a rest. How much of what you just said do you think we believed? Yeah. I didn't believe a single word of it. You don't have to believe me. I just didn't want to be killed right away. I came out on my own because it was the only chance I had to survive. No, you came out because Rosen ordered you to. She was unexpectedly clever. was trying to imply the reason she took this risk wasn't for moral reasons, but simply for survival. Here, this... Uh-oh. Wow, even life is on a hair trigger. Don't move. Kim Ah-yeon's arm hadn't even fully raised before Fenny's gun was already aiming at her head. Standing at her side, Life grabbed her elbow. Her intense grip sent sweat dripping down Kim Ah-yeon's face and caused her teeth to chatter. Then help me take this out. I think your adjutant is surely very familiar with it. Oh, yep, I am familiar with that. Haven't seen that horse chess piece in a long ass time. I think we got this from when we killed that asshat. On the train. Don't even remember that guy's name. He just wasn't worth remembering, outside of the fact that he was an ass. Life reached into Kim Ah-yeon's breast pocket to pull out a chess piece that looked like an identifying marker of the Korena faction. The White Knight. Wait, it was my first time seeing it. Maybe I got a different chess piece? Rosen gave that to me. She said it represents her identity. It corresponds to the Black Knight that represents you. Safe, but there's a little Titagen on it, Adjutant. Life tossed the chess piece over to me. I reached out to catch it, carefully examining it. At first glance, it appeared to be the same as the other 3 chess pieces I had had in my possession before. However, this one did have trace amounts of Titagen lingering on it, just as Life mentioned. Am I gonna absorb the Titagen? Yep. I used a slight amount of energy to absorb all of the Titagen, and a small crack appeared on the chess piece. And inside is a USB port. What's inside this? What I just told you. The malicious data that was uploaded to Ganges. That isn't enough to save your life. I know, but Director Pai, Miss Pai, added a reverse engineering command. It can expel the contamination in Ganges. If you want to stop Rosen, you'll need to start a new process on the same server that was used to upload the data. So the question is she telling the truth or is she lying? And if she's telling the truth, why did Rosen tell her to do all of this? It was supposed to be a way for Miss Pai to counter Rosen. Upon saying this, she'd closed her eyes as if she'd resigned herself to fate and was merely waiting for me to pass my judgment. I still don't believe a thing she says, Adjutant. Where's that server terminal? Leave the exhibition hall and head north. There's a canyon there that simulates an ancient environment. The server terminal is located in the deepest part of the canyon. So now here's the real question. Are we just gonna leave Katya and Marianne to their fate? Adjutant, I have a question for you. Oh, Life has a question too. She tilted her head, suddenly grinning at me. I'm not used to a Life with personality at this point. I've gone like 12 chapters with her being practically emotionless, except when the Titans are involved. This is odd. Have you experienced all of this before? Oh, she knows. Ha. I couldn't stop a bitter smile from appearing on my face. Ever since we met again, after she left Heartflow Garden in her new form, she was far too perceptive. Take us there, Secretary Kim. Without waiting for me to respond, Life had already holstered her dual guns and released her grip on Kim Ah-yeon. Benny let out a faint sigh, glanced at me with dissatisfaction, and strode toward Kim Ah-yeon. Right. All of the intelligence I had gathered from my new little trick had come to an end. From here on out, the Heimdall force had to take new risks, even if we knew it was a trap. We were fighters after all, with clearly outlined responsibilities and obligations to protect humanity. No matter how sharp or obvious the hook is, you still have to take the bait, my dear adjutant. And what about Katya and Marianne? Are we just gonna, like, let this let this woman do what she wants? Through the concealed wall, she watched on as my operatives and I stepped into another abyss she had prepared for me. Like, I know Katya and Marianne get out of this alive because... obviously, but still. See, we don't have any other characters here, so we will not worry about that.
Just give the order. We'll take care of this quick.
I think out of all of the levels so far, I like this one the best. It has what I feel is the greatest aesthetic.
Awaiting orders.
Let's go this way. Oh, we got this little robot again. That looks like a cardboard box. A recycled cardboard box at that. Why? Huh?
They have reinforcements.
Don't slow me down, okay?
I will say she is pretty damn good.
This is useless.
Kinda like the cardboard box. They should make it a little plush. Like a plushie? I mean, the cardboard box is cute. Don't get me wrong, it just feels a little out of place. It's supposed to be a robot.
Stop. Hold your position.
How does it even work?
Awaiting orders.
Okay, so we've got the first one down, and now we need to get the second one down.
It's already spread this far?
The enemy really worked hard to try to trip us up.
Water's all done. And not only did the enemy work hard, but I'm pretty sure she's tripping us up even now. Since this is literally Rosen's trap that we are walking into, I can't help but feel she still has control.
Fully loaded.
They have official fit, really? You know what? I might need to see if I can get my hands on some of those figures. I don't know where I put them. Because, my place is already kind of full, but I would like some figures of these characters. I wonder which ones I'd get, though. There's a lot of figures that I want right now.
Target down.
But money's an issue.
All within control.
Don't slow me down.
And
okay?
oh,
This is useless.
Don't slow me down.
and I have a lot of figures that I want,
Stop.
which makes it
Hold
hard
your
for me to
position.
figure out what I should get. Like the one I want the most right now, there's
That should do
a
it. But
a really
this way
sexy
lead to?
figure of Cartathea from Wuthering Waves that I really, really want to get my hands on. But it's like $600, so I'm like, oh god. I actually do have some
Those
expensive
mechanisms
figures.
are pretty ingenious. But the more ingenious the design, the more suspicious the motive.
That does sound nice. I will say if I'm gonna get a maid, I think I might want like a maid Amiya, a Mia or Fenny maid outfit.
I'm here to put an end to the storm, just as you wish.
And soon we have another mission after this. Let's see. No. We got some visual novels. Yeah, I mean, so, like, you have your cheap ones, like your $20, $30 figures, and then you have your premium figures, which is like this one. This Ai Hoshino 1/4 figure. Like, 100 here. This is like, $140. I have a few others that are like, $250, $300. And then there's the super expensive ones. I have like a $650 Tifa Lockhart figure. She's the only one I've got that's that expensive. But there are some like that. They're really, really, really well designed. Really well made. I have a friend. She has this huge ass sexy Raiden Shogun figure. It's about as tall as my kneecap. So like if you were to go like from here to like here, it's big. And it's amazing, but I think it was like an $800 figure. So figures can be expensive. Expensive hobby. 2 types of fluorescent light turned. Two types I'm reading. I'm having like a dyslexia moment. 2 types of fluorescent lights took turns flickering in the Yggdrasil medical bay. Everyone in the room wore a serious expression, quietly staring at Li Shui as she was soaked in the serum. The ventilator, the heart rate monitor, the blood filtration machine. Various devices beeped endlessly. On the other end of a call, General Adrian furrowed his brow as he looked at his subordinate. Ooh. You said you wanted to see her for yourself. Now you have. General Adrian's looking as stern as ever. Yggdrasil will do everything in its power to ensure Captain Lee's protection. She will ensure she will receive the best possible treatment. Do everything in its power to ensure. It seemed like the aged general on the screen had no intention of holding back his anger. If you really could ensure that, she wouldn't be in this mess. Yes, and if the military had taken care of Corena earlier, she wouldn't have had to risk coming here. Ooh, that's a strong bite back, but she's not wrong. And Tao had no intention whatsoever of backing down. As a leader, are you talented at arguing, Tao? I think that might be the first time I've actually heard Tao laugh, even if it seems more like an arrogant one. She wasn't interested in continuing this discussion under these circumstances, since she had already met General Adrian's request to personally verify his subordinate's status. It was time to find a more suitable place to get down to business. With that, she walked out of the treatment room. This startled Caroline, and she rushed after her, communicator in hand. Haru and Sirius followed silently behind them as their protectors. Captain Lee. Uh-oh. Is this good or bad? Just as Tao was about to push open the door and walk out, a quiet gasp from one of the medical personnel sounded behind her. Whipping around in astonishment, everyone was met with an inconceivable sight. Captain Lee is getting up? General. Yep, she's getting up. Li Shui had woken up at some point, and she was struggling to reach up and remove the breathing mask over her face. Captain Lee, You shouldn't be moving around. Oh, help her. Wow, Tao's just like, nah, let her do what she wants. I'm kind of with the medical staff. Director Tao, are you crazy? Ooh, and Tao's actually yelling. Ah, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. See what's going on here. The medical personnel hastily injected Li Shushui with a sustained release of cardiotonic agent, adjusted the equipment to allow her to sit up, and then carefully removed her breathing apparatus. Sorry, General. I violated the military code. What military code? That isn't important right now. How are you feeling? I'm all right. Listen to me. You can't blame this on Yggdrasil. This was all Rosen's. I know. And yet he was still gonna blame Yggdrasil. General, Director Tao, you both need to calm down. The military and Yggdrasil must work together. Uh-oh. That seemed to be about the extent of what she could do. She didn't finish her sentence. Not because she was exhausted, but because she suddenly realized Tao was holding her. Oh, wait, so that's why she stopped? Because Tao's holding her hand? Oh. So Tao's actually being a good person. The only thing an injured individual should worry about is resting. Let those on the front lines handle everything else. At least, that's what you say in the military, right? Yes. Man, it's so odd seeing Tao display empathy. The weak captain looked at her superior on the communicator screen. After receiving the same affirmation, she closed her eyes, overcome by fatigue once again. How long does she need? Director Tao, thanks to the guidance you provided when Operative Life experienced a similar attack before, it should only take about 2 weeks for Captain Lee to make a full recovery. It looks like we can continue this discussion with a new understanding, General Adrian. No, I'm not so optimistic. Why is he not so optimistic? Order a full retreat of your operatives in the Kuru region. Bring them back to Yggdrasil headquarters as soon as possible. What's going on with this old man? After everyone had left the medical bay and were on their way to Tao's office, the general suddenly tossed out this order. That isn't something you can order lightly, General Adrian. You know what's happening in Kuru. The Heimdall operatives need to maintain their presence to prevent the tree from activating further. We also need to track down Pi and... Which one was this again? It's been a while since I've seen this one. We're gonna go Greek, math symbols, Google. Google's got a say here. One day I will remember all these. So Epsilon. Pi and Epsilon. They need to be held responsible for everything that has taken place in New Hentero. The special force sent to Kuru by the military is about to chase you all down. What the fuck? Blatantly exploiting Titagen research, constantly causing panic and unrest in the region, monopolizing the production and distribution of Balder inhibitors, destroying societal stability, and continuously flaunting your armed operatives around. A lot of accusations. These are the new crimes they have fabricated for you all. Oh, so he's not threatening us, he's warning us. I guess he's not a bad guy. Hey, MODOK, can you guys still hang in there? You know, it's been a long time since we've seen Nozomi and MODOK. The massive hall of the Tower of Hanoi was currently crowded with New Hentiro citizens. Although these residents were completely inexperienced in combat and were still in the dark about the looming disaster, they had followed Nozomi and MODOK's call to arms and gathered here. They simply wanted to protect their city, their home. Just like Agave suggested before, the only things these novices could contribute in combat were their bodies. But with Nozomi's help, they could use their brains to support Genghis. MODOK and his bionic companions had taken on this burden, and they were also responsible for keeping order and preventing the enemy from invading the Tower of Hanoi. Fortunately, neither Rosen herself nor her Quarena pawns had launched an attack on the tower, although the reason for this was unknown. Either she can't do it or she's not doing it. But I feel like she could. Even so, MODOK's determined expression was already faltering from exhaustion, cold sweat dripping down his brow. Austerity is a lesson we all must learn in life, and I have always been its most devout student. I am fine. I can hang in there. Dummy, you can barely speak, but you're still trying to put on a brave face. Just called him a dummy. No, I am not. This is not a brave face. Then what is it? I'm with Nozomi. How is it not? Nozomi stomped her feet desperately. Even though she was only appearing as a projection, her mood could clearly be discerned from her vibrating auxiliary bots. Which is like somewhere behind her, right? Everyone is almost at their limit, and we don't even know when all of this is going to end. So they're coming close to their end. She and Mozak gazed down at the hall on the first floor. Citizens sat on the ground, wearing devices on their heads to temporarily aid Genghis. And judging by their expressions, most of them seemed to be suffering. Even when they were sitting, it was obvious that several of their bodies were growing unstable as they trembled slightly. She's cute. What's that on her back? Hey, don't lose focus. Keep trying. And he looks familiar, so I'm guessing he's just an NPC. He actually looks like that guy we met in the previous not the previous chapter, but the one before that. Who was working with the Quarena faction and turned into a monster. I'm so tired. Can't explain it. It's like my whole body is going numb. Don't stop. Hey, wake up. Isn't it enough that we can't take up arms and fight those invaders? We're just sitting here, using our brains. What's the point of this? Yeah, she's kind of hot. I want to sleep. I want to go home. Before I came here, I didn't know it would be like this. Oh boy. Why are you crying? Didn't we say we'd keep a clear head? You're going to delay Genghis' recovery if you keep this up. Yep. They're not in a good place. Nozomi looked at MODOK with a complicated expression. She started going over to help, but MODOK grabbed her auxiliary bot before she could leave the raised platform. MODOK, what are you doing? Keep watching this. Be patient and keep watching. I'm assuming they're gonna figure things out. I think we can pull through, right? We can protect New Hentiro by doing this. Right, everyone? So they're gonna pull themselves together. I can stop crying. I don't want to cry. I just miss my normal life. I want to leave here alive with all of you and go back to our normal lives. We can do that, right? Oh! There's Ganges. Affirmative. For a brief moment, a fleeting, ethereal voice sounded. There was no doubt that everyone present just heard Ganges' response in their heads. Ganges! It's Ganges! Ganges answered us! Yes, he did. I guess that's gonna give them some extra motivation. Everyone in the hall was still sitting down, but they unconsciously began turning their heads to glance at the others around them, who were also giving it their all. Though their vision was blocked by the devices they wore on their heads, and their brain power had all but been exhausted by this point, the distant, faint response just now had undoubtedly lit a fire beneath them. Oh, there's the hot chick. New Hentiro is our home. Right now, we're protecting it. This is our home, and we won't let any outsider destroy it. This is why I said it wasn't a brave face. So he knew they'd all pull together. You guys... is she tearing up? It is true that the people of New Hentiro lack the bravery or skills to fight or kill like individuals from other places. You might even say, it's precisely because we lack bravery and skills that so many of us have come to New Hentiro, choosing to make it our home. Regardless of our identities in the past, we willingly gave up on fighting, making enemies, using violence to harm others, or clawing at wealth the moment we chose to become citizens of New Hentiro. Outsiders may call us weak, cowardly, or fearful of confrontation, but even if that is all true, it is nothing to be ashamed of. A new quality has been born deep within the people of New Hentiro, because we all have given up the same things. Even though we don't know what it means to fight, we are all willing to come together and fight in our own unique way. We, the people of New Hentiro, are both kind and united. At this critical juncture, we have the courage to make sacrifices and devote ourselves to a cause. We people of New Hentiro have all arrived at the same answer through our free will. It is fundamentally different from the fleeting bravery of the outside world that relies on lies, provocation, or persuasion to be triggered. You... just stop it. Do you even know how gross you look right now? Wow. You know, I think Nozomi might be tsundere. With a face like this, I'm not sure I ever looked good. I mean, I think he's like ruggedly handsome. You know something, miss? I suddenly realized something after meeting the adjutant. This entire world is a colossal cage. That simple truth is right before our eyes, but we, especially the people of New Hentiro, choose to ignore it. What are you saying? We're all in the same cage. Even if we hide up in the sky, we can't avoid fated conflict. Before, I had always delusionally believed I could rest on my predecessor's laurels, living peacefully forever above the clouds and stormy skies. The people of New Hentiro who hold on to fantasies like those are so naive, so arrogant. Enough with the poetry, Modak. I'll say it again. I'd rather you rest than spout a bunch of nonsense. Oop. This isn't nonsense. Listen carefully, miss. You and your fellow Transcendents should be prepared. Prepared? Prepared for what? Huh? Whenever the enemy attacks the Tower of Hanoi, I will lead my bionic companions to stop them. You and your transcendent compatriots should take shelter in cyberspace. Conceal yourselves in the deepest part of Ganges. So he's basically telling them to run, which Nozomi's probably going to say, fuck you. If any of our companions down below are scared, don't blame them. Everyone has the right to give up and protect themselves. If you have the energy, you can help them hide somewhere they can survive without a physical form. As long as we have self-awareness, this world will produce a new vessel, allowing everyone to be reborn sooner or later. Yep, there we go. Shut up! Just how little do you think of us? You think we're cowards or something? I wonder how they can fight, though. It isn't cowardice, miss. It's keeping hope alive. New Hentiro's story must be told by the people of New Hentiro. In this world rife with suffering, humans created the brief yet breathtaking floating paradise of New Hentiro with their own hands. Wonder if Nozomi's gonna put up with that. Modak, wait. Nozomi abruptly and brazenly interrupted Modak. He stood there blankly as everyone in the hall below raised their heads, gazing at the new image they saw in their minds. A good image or a bad one? Modak, it seems like Ganges is back. We did it, did they? But did they really? That's my question. As Nozomi said this, everyone in the hall scrambled to their feet amidst the fluorescent light, straightened up, and craned their necks to welcome the projection of Ganges that was descending above them. Meanwhile, the massive statue of Ganges located over the main island of New Hentiro also began to slowly rise and spin. Yeah, something tells me this is not Ganges. Ganges! We're your citizens. Can you hear us? No, I don't think they can do that. Jumping for joy deep within her heart, the innocent Nozomi stood on her tiptoes as she asked this question. No. Honestly speaking, I feel like the question mark makes it very obvious this is not Ganges. But the manner of speech makes it even more obvious. Yeah, I can. I can hear you really clearly. Huh? Oh man, you're all actually hiding out in that tower. I thought you'd all fled like animals after you heard danger was coming. New Hentiro is known as a veritable utopia for cowards and defectors after all. But cowardice typically comes with incurable idiocy. It seems like you all are shining examples of that. So now the question is this Etta or Pi? Who are you? Oh no, it's Rosen. Thought it might have been Pi. Me? I'm your enemy. Up until now, you have been fighting me, the Demiurge, Rosen Quarena. But there's no need for that anymore. There never will be again. That sounds ominous. Yes, Commander Rosen. All of the data that wasn't uploaded before has been transmitted. Ganges is yours. Wait, what? The enormous projection of Ganges floated in the hall slowly morphed, transforming into a live feed of the depths of the Eco Island canyon as everyone watched on, bewildered. Enough is enough. What? Adjutant? As Life and Fenny cried out, I defeated the demiurge handmaiden in my way and rushed toward Rosen and Kim Ah-yeon. So what, we were fucked? I mean, I'm just reading this and I'm like, obviously this is gonna happen. Even though we knew this was a trap, we never imagined Rosen would appear right now, just as we made safe passage through the canyon. Now that I thought about it, this was my first time seeing her after returning to New Hentiro with my true body. Even so, she also seemed to be aware of some of the events during my rehearsals. Before Kim Ah-yeon utilized the service terminal in an attempt to remove the malicious data, contaminating Ganges, Rosen descended with her demiurge handmaidens in tow. Switching sides at the last minute made sense. The way Rosen was able to subdue both Life and Fenny was exactly the same as I'd witnessed before. I actually watched Rosen finish contaminating Ganges right in front of me. Are you sure you want to do this, Adjutant? That little sample in the bathroom before wasn't enough for you? She's talking about one of our rehearsals. What is she talking about? I don't think we can tell Life this. So, did we get tricked again, or are we gonna be pulling out a trick on her? I didn't have the energy to respond to Life. I made a desperate attempt to goad Rosen into a physical fight instead. She grinned, completely relaxed as she allowed me to absorb Tytogen every time our skin touched. Perfect. Don't pay attention, Rosen Corena. Right now, I need you to be just as arrogant as always. You're still going? Adjutant! Are we still fighting? Benny's shout sounded from the distance, but I was wrapped up in an intense duel with Rosen. I couldn't let myself get distracted for a second. What happened to Katya and Marianne? Are you looking for something? As we fought, I was desperately combing through the Tytogen I'd absorbed from her. It wasn't long before I'd totally exhausted my strength, and my unusual behavior tipped her off. Yes, and I found it. Did I now? Adjutant Marianne. I'd figured out where Marianne and Katya were being kept. That meant the plan I had taken as a gamble on to stop Rosen from getting her hands on Ganges had worked. Had? Life, Fenny! I roared, calling out to them. We can capture her now. I was waiting for you to say that. So, we can do it now? The reddish orange and bluish purple figures vanished from their original positions. They flashed through the air toward Rosen and me, attacking with their full strength. Ha! For real? No way you guys are so fast. Oh. So even you get scared, Rosen Corena? Wow, that's arrogant, of course. If I accidentally get too excited and kill you both, this trip will have been for nothing. Man, she is stupidly arrogant. As she spoke, she dodged Life's gunfire and pulled me into her arms. What a cheap trick! She's using the adjutant to shield herself. Tell me I've got a plan to deal with this. No. She wasn't using me to shield herself from the bullets. She didn't need to do that. She pulled me into her arms for another reason. You better hold on to this tight. Don't let me down. She had placed the white chess piece in my hand. She then flipped me around and shoved me with both hands, pushing me back into Fenny and Life's embrace. Inequality is more worrying than anything else. If you can keep up, I'll give you a parting gift, Life Bestla. She grabbed Kim Ah-yeon as she stepped back. However, her gaze suddenly fixed on Life's face. After all, I've already given those two their gifts. Hey, Freeze! What are you talking about? Explain yourself! So she's talking about what happened when she met Fenny. Still a little curious about what she did. Fenny raised her gun to fire, but the swarming demiurge handmaidens acted as a wall, separating her from us. Through the gaps in the humanoid monsters' bodies, I spotted her waving to me casually as she gracefully made her exit. So she escaped. We're not quite finished yet, though, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more parts after this. So I'm assuming we're gonna save Katya and Marianne to somehow...
She dares to mess with me?
That was a very
Once
Chinese
we catch
quote
that
right
lady,
there.
Just stay out of it. I'm gonna...
Awaiting orders. Of course I'm not gonna stay out of it. The emotions that you have right now are brewing inside me as well. That kind of bone-numbing hatred. Stop. Hold your position.
You know what? I just realized I want to look at this. Let's see this. Wow. 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 She definitely got, she got a huge upgrade. I mean, I already knew, but... And use this. And, oh. Move floating turret. I like it. So we're
I have
gonna...
reinforcements.
We're just...
Objective complete.
They're just like fish in
Awaiting
a
orders.
barrel.
This is useless. Enemy forces.
Oh. Kill the ones that do long distance first. Oh. I will say, while the turrets are kind of fun, I feel like anybody can use these. So what's the point of the manifestations if
They have
this does so
reinforcements.
much damage? Oh. That was my bad.
This is useless.
Bro, really try to jump on this?
Objective complete. Awaiting orders.
Bum, para, bum, para, bum, para, bum. And I guess that's our stop right there. Alright, we're done. Congratulations,
All I
us.
want to hear is you cheering me on.
Okay. Now, we are going to interrupt this regularly broadcast program for a brief cat stream. We're taking a little break. We're going to do a cat stream. Let's go. I do this just to rest my eyes regularly. So let me grab the camera. Take it over here. And we're going to get to see Daiki in his natural habitat. You are indeed correct, Cal. It's time for the cat. We all know that's the real reason everybody is here on my streams. You just want to see the cat. Alright. We had our brief cat break. Gave my eyes a chance to rest. Bothered my cat. Since he's grooming, I don't want to bother him anymore, though. So we will continue on. So the real question is, do we have another mission, or is it going to be another... Oh, yep, another mission. I've noticed...
Anywhere to run, but 2 of our operatives are still in her clutches.
Katya and Marianne.
Before you toss that lady off of this floating island, remember to make sure that our own people are safe.
Don't gotta tell me
Sorry,
twice.
I'm not in the mood for this right now. Also, when did Levitain and Heimdall turn into the same force?
It's okay to pick sides, but make your choice clear, Agave.
She also got a good upgrade.
Leave it to me.
All right, got it.
That's exactly
How
at
about you help us
Daiki
clear the
channel.
way?
One of these days, I'm just gonna make a stream for Daiki, and it's gonna be nothing but cat. And it'll be way more popular than
They have
I'll ever be.
reinforcements. Target down. This is useless.
Let's avoid the explosives. Maybe I really should consider making a Daiki channel, though.
Stop. Hold
I
your
know
position.
he's already got
Objective
like an
complete.
Instagram and a
Awaiting
YouTube
orders.
channel dedicated to him. And if I was on TikTok, I'd probably make a TikTok channel too, but I am not. So we can't go that way.
Don't slow me down, okay?
Keep going. Jump.
Target down.
Alright, I'm assuming we're gonna run into some enemies. Yep. One big one. Is that a Titan?
Don't slow me down, okay?
Remember how they moved. There'll be more of them. Enemy forces.
I will say the idea... Oop, we're gonna want to go away. Yeah, we just got knocked off. The idea behind the jumping is cool, but it seems a little too convenient. As a game design, I don't think it works.
Ready. Stop. Hold your position. They have reinforcements.
Oh, and we're gonna use her. We're gonna use her
Let's put an
ultimate.
end to this. Target down.
Stupidly overpowered. I just
Remember how
cannot
they moved.
get how
There'll be more of them.
overpowered this one attack is.
Objective complete. Awaiting orders.
Like, she does. She just annihilates everything when she does that.
Nothing can stop us. Adjutant.
Alright, and now we're gonna go back to visual novel-esque storytelling. Are you ready? Be honest, I'm not even really confident about all of this, so if you... Adjutant. Oh, we're doing a flashback. Yeah? Being indecisive doesn't suit you. That's even more true right now. Please don't worry about me. Just keep following your plan. Something tells me she likes being used, so... Uh-oh. I grabbed her left wrist. The Tytogen flowing from my thumb penetrated her soft, fair skin like a sharp blade. engraving it into her veins. This is more painful than I thought it would be. How do you feel? If you can't take it, we should stop right away. No. She flipped her wrist, opened her palm, and grabbed me, pulling me even closer to her. So this is all of the information from the first time to the last time you rehearsed everything? So this is from sometime between when the adjutant arrived in New Hentiro and met up with Fenny and Life. So this is when his real body came here. He met up with Marianne and then joined up with Fenny and Life, I'm assuming. You refused to let that bartender treat Fenny, and then you fought her, and she ultimately killed you. Right. I haven't even figured out who she is yet. No, so this is not then. With that knowledge, you came up with this plan. You're guessing our enemies will eventually get their hands on the information in the Titagen sealed within my body. That's why I said it was a bad idea. I'm not even confident in it. Marianne, you don't need to shoulder this pain with me. Right now, is the you standing in front of me also a projection made of Titagen? Okay, so this is not when Ginny's real body comes in. This has to be the first time he did this, I'm assuming? It's incredible. I can't even tell the difference. Maybe if it was someone who knows more about Titagen, like Life or Katya, they'd be able to tell. Marianne. That means our enemy could do that too. She'd also be able to tell if you're a fake, right? Right. I want your help with this so I can take a gamble on that possibility. When our enemy finds out that the me in front of her is fake, by that time, I'll probably already be captured, and they'll think this stuff sealed in my wrist is real. There's a chance it could work, but it's not a surefire plan. It's enough. She squinted as she smiled happily, her gaze firmly locked on the area of her wrist where I had implanted the Titagen. If you still can't defeat the enemy this time, I'll sacrifice my life in exchange for your safety. Adjutant's not gonna allow that. Yeah, I'll never let that happen. Okay, I trust you. You know something, Adjutant? Up until you ran in and found me just now, I wasn't scared at all. Is this a new suit? Looks a little different. I'm assuming it's not. Anime Hero Gamer fan, welcome. I hugged Marianne tightly in the corner of the dark room. She wrapped one arm around my neck like an animal whose owner finally came home, burying her face in my neck and rubbing it back and forth so she's like a cat. I then felt something warm and wet spreading on my cheek with her faint movements. From the very beginning, I've always believed in you. Appreciate all the stickers. I thought so. Like, it's just something about it seems slightly different, but I'm like, that doesn't look too much different. Maybe it's just been a while. Maybe I'm just blind. I know how strong and scary our enemy is this time, but I still believed you could do it. Even if that woman killed me, I was absolutely sure you would be able to take her down. You made a move at an unexpected stage in the game, betting chips you didn't even have yet then. And then, you threw yourself into this deadly gamble. Ha! Those bad guys with ulterior motives can't cause madness. Is that a compliment? She's not complimenting us, is she? I'm sorry. Huh? Why are you apologizing, Adjutant? You didn't lie to me, and you didn't leave me out of your plan. Another flashback. Oh, this was from the beginning. Please use me as bait. I'll be your trump card. Just throw me out. No. Huh? Adjutant? This time, you and I are both trump cards. Just like you promised me a long time ago. You brought me with you, just like you promised, to be a trump card in this gamble in New Hentiro. So did we do it? Yes, we did it. Rosen couldn't contaminate Ganges. She took the bait. Wait, what? That doesn't jive. Didn't she contaminate Ganges like in that scene with Nozomi and Modek? Huh. Wonderful. I am so fucking confused right now. She used the last vestiges of strength in her weak body to hold me even tighter. After bearing this for so long, I finally did something for you. Marianne's a good girl, even if she's a little masochistic. Brave fledgling, you did far more than something. And we're back with Nozomi and Modek? Are you for real? We actually did it? We protected Ganges? Yes. Rosen didn't know the malicious data she asked Kim Ah-yeon to upload on the terminal actually went to your brains. Like you all, she thought everyone gathered here just to assist Ganges in resisting the contamination she caused. But in reality, according to the adjutant's plan, everyone here was actually impersonating Ganges and disguising themselves and Ganges, taking on the contamination in Ganges. Okay. That makes sense. In other words, the longer you all held on in there, the longer Ganges would have to recover. That isn't something to be happy about, Agave. I'm sorry. I didn't even think about your guys' feelings. No, it's alright. Protecting Ganges like that is the duty of all citizens of New Hentiro. It's our responsibility. So, that scene back then, she thought she had invaded Ganges, and instead she had simply invaded the minds of these citizens. So what happened to her? But that gentleman, the adjutant, how could he be sure this approach would fool Rosen? Flashback. Over and over, I altered, processed, and packaged the information my Taitogen projections had collected through their rehearsals before finally burying it in Marianne's body. Then, I waited for Rosen to discover it after she kidnapped Marianne. She couldn't attack the Tower of Hanoi outright. Otherwise, she would trigger Ganges' supreme directive for self-preservation, completely closing everything off. You mixed a large amount of real information that she had most likely learned from Pi in with your fake information. That way, when she absorbed the fragments from my wrist and saw them herself, she believed everything. She struggled in my embrace, attempting to raise her left arm. There was no visible external injury, but her muscles and nerves had undoubtedly suffered very severe damage. It must hurt. I held her left hand, helping her raise her arm. No. It hurt so bad before that this doesn't feel like anything. Adjutant, is Katya okay? My vision is blurry. I can't see her. Okay, so Katya's okay. Katya's okay. She's right next to us. She's just sleeping because she's too weak right now. She is really brave. And Katya is the savior of Snowbreak. The wounded fledgling recalled what happened when she and Katya confronted Rosen. Her grip on my shoulder unconsciously grew tighter, passing her pain on to me. From the very beginning, she never gave up. She just kept trying to protect me. Even that scary awakening dust, she removed it through sheer willpower alone. Rosen said no one, ordinary human or manifestation, could stop that thing from latching onto their nerves like a parasite. But Katya refused to let it happen in front of Rosen. Rosen was really mad, and she was about to hurt Katya. Back then, I was with Katya and she was protecting me. You were afraid she might cross a line with Katya, and you were worried she wouldn't find the secret hidden in your wrist if it continued. Yeah, so I stopped her. I put on a miserable act to get her attention. Katya was really angry then. I need to apologize after she wakes up. I'll apologize with you. Adjutant. What's wrong? I was scared. I mean, yeah. Rosen's a scary woman. Not gonna lie. She actually low-key terrifies me. She shrank down as she mumbled this, burying her face deeper into my neck. She didn't try to hold back her tears any longer. I was scared. I was so scared, Adjutant. When Rosen took those fragments from my wrist, it was like she was taking you away from... So all she cared about was actually getting him taken away from her. She wailed like a bird that had only just learned how to sing. That was her only nest in this world. It's all right. You're okay now. I rubbed her delicate back, allowing her tears to stream down my face. So wait, is she above him? Life and Agave are at the Tower of Hanoi to handle the situation with the locals, and Fenny is eliminating any trace of Rosen in New Hentiro. You tricked Rosen. It seems like she truly believed she contaminated Ganges and is retreating with her forces. We'll be able to go home soon, Marianne. Okay. Take us home, Adjutant. I'm assuming something else is going to happen here. I held Marianne's left wrist firmly in an attempt to absorb every last bit of remaining Tytogen. Yep, here we go. See that? So Rosen had a little trick planned for this. Like a sudden burst of thunder erupting through the earth, her signature grin suddenly flashed through my mind. Ugh. Huh? Adjutant? What's wrong? It's nothing. Wait for me here. Help me look after Katya. Where are you going? I have some loose ends to tie up. Don't worry, I'll be back soon. So, just like what we did with Marianne, Rosen also did the same thing and injected her Tytogen into Marianne. For the first time in this dim room, a light ignited in her once empty eyes. They were like two arrows piercing me. She then smiled and released her hold on me. I picked up Katya, who was lying nearby, and tasked Marianne with taking care of her. I then straightened up and got ready to handle the loose ends I had just mentioned. But before I could completely stand up, Katya momentarily woke from her slumber. She suddenly reached out with her pinky, hooking it through mine. I'm back alive, you big liar. Wow. Call me a liar? Rude. This dreamlike murmur seemed to only convey exhaustion and happiness. At a time like this, she didn't want to add any weight to my burden. For a moment, a wicked fire ignited within me. It was an indescribable, sweet pain. It was like a needle dipped in honey was piercing my chest. Uh-oh. Oh, maybe not uh-oh. Maybe uh-oh is not the right word. I couldn't suppress the desire that suddenly rose up within me. I pulled her into my embrace, kissing her dry, pale lips without any hesitation whatsoever. Wait for me to get back. Okay. So that was not that was a good thing. That was a oh my. A strong wind blew through the dark sky. The Titagen, engulfed by the storm, dispersed throughout the air of New Hentiro, resonating with its counterparts concealed beneath the ground. I ascended the hovering staircase, moving closer to the towering platform with each step, and walking right into Rosen Korena's line of sight. Sorry to interrupt such a touching scene. You won't hold it against me, right, Adjutant? She looked calm, but it didn't appear to be the composure that followed an assumedly successful plan. It felt more like she was a step ahead of everyone. You look so charming when you're trying your best for the entirely wrong purpose. Bitch. I don't like this. She had left those words behind in Marianne's wrist, using her own method to express her attitude toward me. You have something to say. Yes, I do. It will be the last time I say it. She's gonna ask me to join her. I'm not going with you. She laughed cheerfully. It was like she had let go of all of her troubles. Whether Ganges is really contaminated or not, whether you come with me or not, none of it matters at this point, is that so? The important thing is that this visit to New Hentiro has allowed me to verify something. Whether you and your Heimdall operatives stand firm and resolute in rejecting me, and rejecting the possibility of becoming a demiurge. So from now on, you can handle me without holding back, right? You don't need to worry about your own personal preferences or some desire for a counterpart. Affirmative. She smiled, imitating Ganges' speech pattern. She glanced over at the statue of Ganges, suspended above the nearby main island. I watched on as her expression grew somewhat lonely. I thought you'd understand the strength and weakness of mankind. Maybe it's because he understands that he's not going to do it. The strength of the individual, the weakness of a group. That's all I gotta say. And here's General Adrian. I'll say it again. This is different from Yarus. Have your operatives retreat to Containment Zone Aleph immediately. From Yggdrasil's perspective, taking care of the trees is always the same, no matter where. The military doesn't see it that way. And why does the military not see it that way? Soldiers are ordinary people. Those ordinary people, without much power, took up arms, joined the military, and stood on the front lines facing danger based on their own beliefs and values alone. No one ever considers their aspirations. No one ever asks if they fear death or want to die. Do you think the elite, supreme power Rosen holds is just fiction? It's a fact. An undeniable fact she personally demonstrated to everyone when she was in the military, okay? And regulations, mottos, and ethics are nothing more than words on paper when you are facing a real deadly situation. Those soldiers on the front line use the power in their own two hands to survive, and it's something no one can take away from them. I wonder where he's going with all of this. Adjutant? Rosen? What do you want, wench? Wench? I don't know why that makes me laugh. Benny, wait. Uh-oh. Damn. Benny, who had rushed over after hearing the news, had already fired at Rosen several times before I could stop her. However, Rosen simply leaned back, allowing her body to fall into the ether under the platform. Right, Fenny? Actually, at this moment, I kind of want to facepalm at Fenny, cause fucking real. I'm assuming I'm trying to do something here. What the hell? Yeah, Fenny. Still looks hot, though. But only moments later, an airship roared to life beneath the platform. In the blink of an eye, she had grabbed onto the steel cable with one hand, reappearing before me and Fenny. Hey, now you're trying to run? You screwed around here and came up empty-handed. Don't you have any shame? Fenny screamed angrily, but this did nothing to provoke Rosen. You know, as much as I hate Rosen as an enemy, I'd still probably smash. She is hot. Like, I don't know, sexy and evil just go hand in hand so very well. Though the distance between us grew as the airship moved further away, for some reason, it seemed like her expression was clearer than ever. It might have been the most sincere expression I had ever seen on her usually temperamental face. Weakness breeds cowardice. They pull together to banish heroes to the fringes of the world. Then, they celebrate. She's talking about humans, groups of them. The weakness of a group. This is the world you and I live in, Adjutant. You wield the blade that can disrupt it, yet you still can't figure out how to use it correctly. I don't think she can either, though. Forget it. Let's just say we're off to a good start. Anguished, upset, frustrated, heartbroken. It was probably the most honest collection of emotions she had ever revealed to me. So long, Heimdall Adjutant. I hope we can be more honest with each other next time. She spoke with a frigid tone, full of disappointment and pain. As her voice echoed through the air, her loyal demiurge handmaidens were flying toward Fenny and me. Even though she had withdrawn, at that moment, I didn't know she really had left a gift for life. It was a gift that would open my eyes to the face of a demiurge. So... the goddess led her disciples to the Hall of the Fools, arguing with them about who should be worshipped by all. The leader of the fools, assuming her intentions foul, threw the first spear in the declaration of war. With spears, fire, and the fools' sheer folly, they wore thin the goddess's patience. So I am assuming the fools are me and the rest of my group, and the goddess is Rosen. Thus, she summoned me, imbued with her wrath. Oh boy. So she's a demiurge. I am a demiurge. I am nascent Wodan. So, a very quick lesson here. I'm going to Google. Woden is actually the Anglo-Saxon name for Odin. So for those of you who maybe don't know this, Odin and Woden are the same person, which is why she is a gift for life. And the day Wednesday is named after him, which is why life's name is Wednesday. I forgot about that. So, just in case y'all were curious, little history lesson. It's always interesting how Asian franchises, any sort of Asian story will always mix in like European mythos into their stories. I don't know if they do like a whole lot of research into it. Like I think sometimes they just use the names because rule of cool. But I like name like this one in particular. It's very obvious that the creators knew the lore behind like the gods that they are using. Okay, and I'm assuming now we got the boss fight. False Abomination. And nope, we're not gonna use anyone. We're gonna stick with Fenian Life. I feel like they kind of deserve the spotlight here. Oh, we got a cutscene. Oh, and there's the adjutant using his powers. I think this is the first time we actually see the adjutant really doing anything. This is a good cutscene, though. Yeah, really using his powers, I mean. You know, I think this might be one of the better cutscenes they have done. There we are, Nascent Wodan.
One can either tame a god, or be devoured and enslaved by it.
Don't slow me down.
Experience for yourself the difference between the two. You false abomination. Fully loaded.
Don't slow me down, okay?
Yeah, if that's all... Nope, okay, so she does have another part.
You've abandoned all sense of
Who's the
humanity.
eye?
Didn't
Okay,
the
so
person
she's
who
actually got a
created you
stage
say you
2.
would have the power to lead humans to evolve? Liars, fools, and lunatics. A pitiful cycle. Let's put an end to this.
Oh. What am I doing here? Something over here? Nope. Okay, yes. I feel like that was kind of a waste of an ultimate, but...
Don't slow me down, okay?
Strategically direct Thunderstrike. Oh.
Weakness exposed.
Don't slow me down, okay?
Let's put an end to this.
It steals S energy.
This world doesn't need any gods.
That's right. Fuck gods.
I'm the one true god.
Huh. I'm a little
Want
surprised
to hear?
that
Is
Kim
it
Ah
Journey
Yeon
On?
was a demiurge this whole time. Like, was she a demiurge this whole time? And just like playing, or did this happen sometime after she like revealed everything to us? I remember. The adjutant told me a story in the sky skiff on our way here. It was about an ancient Eastern hero. Life stood tall at the end of the suspended pathway outside Heartflow Garden, allowing the lingering clouds and strong wind to whip around her body. As thunder rumbled in the back, she slowly opened her mouth and recounted the story to the person behind her. He said the hero was an uneducated wanderer. By the time he reached middle age, he hadn't accomplished anything. One day, the hero got drunk. He wanted to do something big. So he grabbed a sword and headed into the mountains to slay a snake god. The snake god was terrified. He begged the hero to spare him as he gave him a threat. If you hurt me, I will take revenge on your offspring. Can you imagine what the hero said? He said, And just look at me. Why would I care about my offspring? Well, yeah, he was like a drunk old man. I don't even think he had offspring. Then, he sliced the snake in half with a single swing of his sword. After that, the hero went on to do a lot of great things. He ultimately became the king of the kingdom. It's a really old-fashioned story. It's full of deception, sugarcoating, imagination, and fatalistic themes. But I really enjoyed every aspect of it. She sat down, allowing her legs to freely swing through the air. She then turned around, asking a question of the weak figure behind her. Do you want to sit down too? The view is great. The figure hesitated and shrank back, seemingly refusing to move forward whatsoever. So, is it Kim Ah-yeon or someone else? I like the character of the hero's wife in that story. When the hero had nothing, she stayed with him. When he did great things, she was willing to sacrifice her life to support him. But after he became king and accomplished incredible things, she started to resent him. She tried to control him, manipulate him, and conquer him. She employed all sorts of methods to remind him that they had accomplished everything together. And she succeeded. Oh? Is this a real story? The story is about the hero's legendary life, but future generations see the wife's story as equal. They are two halves of the same whole. I actually wonder, because I don't recognize this story, I'm wondering if it's like a real Asian legend. Why are you telling me this? Oh, it's Katya! Because I'm answering your question, Katya. From now on, how do you intend to navigate your own path and relationships? Ah, from way back when. She stood up deftly, calmly turned around, then strode toward Katya as she stood on the pathway behind her. I don't really understand the reason you asked that question, or why you asked me. But you need to be in the correct position before you can see the problem clearly, right? You make it sound so easy. Looks like Katya might be struggling now. Both her voice and body trembled unnaturally. And I actually have a question for you. Are you afraid of heights? Oh god! You already know the answer to that. Isn't that why you brought me here? So Katya is afraid of heights. Yeah, that's true. She flashed a smile, walked past Katya, and continued down the pathway toward the urban center of New Hensuro. So it's actually, it's honestly, it's kind of cute that Katya, like badass Katya, is afraid of heights of all things. Fear gives way to reverence, and reverence guarantees that you will listen carefully when others speak. I am listening. Upon hearing Katya talking angrily under her breath, Life suddenly spun around and looked at her with a stern expression. It was similar to before, but somehow different. Right? You get it, Cal. There's something super adorable about, like, a badass woman who has, like, this irrational fear of something that she probably shouldn't be afraid of in the grand scheme of things. By the way, I'm also afraid of heights, so I kind of understand how Katya feels to some degree. Whenever I'm flying, I can't look out the window because it terrifies me. And when I go to Japan, every year I have gone up the Tokyo Skytree Tower, which is, I think, like the second or third tallest building in the entire world. And I look out, and it's petrifying. I still do it, but dear God, it scares the shit out of me. I will never skydive or bungee jump. Ever. I could not. But I'll at least try those two things. I'll at least do those two things. Stories about heroes are always glamorized. And those closest to the hero, the ones who stand by his side through everything, their stories are usually more tragic, brutal, and darker. This is true. Take them on, process them, but also show them to him. Then, move forward together. That's my answer. It's also my belief as someone who has conquered a hero. Ooh, wow. She's just saying she conquered the adjutant. Let's head back. He must be waiting for us. So, I'm gonna say that Fenny is like the lioness. She's super confident, supremely arrogant in her place, and very domineering in real life, but she's definitely like a kitten when she's with the adjutant. Life is like her opposite. Like, really, they really are. They're like opposites. She's probably way more obedient, like, out in the open, but I can imagine when they're alone and in the bedroom, she's probably the one who's on top. I still can't believe it. Is New Hentiro really falling down? There's nothing we can do. Wait, what? New Hentiro's falling? If that's what Ganges said, it must be true. And it's lucky that no outer island that collapsed was uninhabited. And it's lucky that the outer island that collapsed was uninhabited. If Ganges' repair process had taken any longer, we'd already be in the ocean. Even though Ganges said it's going to be a long time before we touch the ground, and we might all be gone by that point, it still doesn't feel real. So, New Hentiro is slowly, very slowly, like microscopically inching toward the ground. It's not just like falling. Nothing is more real than having your 2 feet on the ground, my friend. On the main island street, Modak put down the supply box he was carrying, wiped the sweat from his brow, and waved to the citizens as they worked and grumbled behind him. Whether we're suspended in the sky or falling to the ground, we're all still citizens of New Hentiro, right? Nothing will really change. Good afternoon, lovely ladies. I'm assuming Life and Katya, maybe? Yep. He suddenly spotted Life and Katya as they moved closer. He was somewhat taken aback before turning his head to greet them. What do you mean, lovely ladies? They have names. That's right, Nozomi, you tell them. A gentleman should always abide by the rules of etiquette. Actually, it's time for you to take a break, you big idiot. I kind of ship them. Not gonna lie. I feel like they make a very good tsundere couple. Also, he's like super big, buff, and rugged, and she's like this tiny little slip of a woman. I don't know. I kind of like that aesthetic. Nozomi's auxiliary bot flew over to everyone with a tray of drinks in tow. Modak and the other citizens smiled as they looked at Nozomi's projection. What's going on here? The entire city has to be fortified. The Titagen ate away at its foundations from the inside out. Even though that nasty stuff is gone already, a lot of the essential load-bearing areas have already been compromised. Ganges has already recovered. Shouldn't machines be handling this type of work? Yes, but I don't know what's up with these guys. They wouldn't shut up about how they wanted to feel the joy of working for themselves. Rebuilding your own home isn't a bad idea. Yep, that's what's happening here. Where's Agave? Shouldn't she be helping you check over the residents' brains after they were contaminated with the malicious data? I'm not sure where she went, but we already finished inspecting the residents. Everyone is fine, actually. Maybe it's because the people of New Hentiro don't believe in supernatural stuff or something? Either way, I haven't run into anyone who's been having nightmares or throwing up in the streets. She clapped her hands together before putting them on her hips, casually recounting what happened with a relaxed expression. Oh, right. Miss Life, Miss Katya, I heard you guys are heading back? Yeah. Things here are settled. There is still plenty of trouble to handle in other places. That sucks. Everything is finally peaceful again. I was hoping you guys would stay a little longer. but the adjutant is going to stay behind, so I'm still gonna be here. Huh? I'm with her, huh? What? So is Katya. Oh, so Katya is staying. Life suddenly reached out to pat Katya's shoulder. Startled, Katya inadvertently flinched. She remained still and allowed Life's hand to fall on her shoulder. Damn, is Katya afraid of Life? You still haven't gotten your fill of playing in that street band, right? Huh. Oh, that's great! Miss Katya, listen up. The best outdoor stage in New Hentiro is definitely... Oh. I kind of want to see. According to what Life told me later on, her comment had led... Damn it! According to what Life told me later on, her comment led to another half an hour of conversation with Nozomi. By the time they returned to the hotel room that was acting as a temporary base, the call I'd made to headquarters had already begun. Okay. I'm glad I can at least pull up the history to read that. To sum it up, Epsilon escaped, Pi was apprehended by the military special forces team, and our operatives safely made it back to containment zone Aleph. And Rosen deactivated the tree in the Kura region. She did it all alone as the entire world watched on. Yeah, the storm stopped along with it. You have a hand in that. Don't look at me. I don't have anything to do with what my host does. Huh. Somebody must have been mean to her. Wonder who? Could imagine. Can't be me. Adjutant? Ah, sorry. Keep going. I shifted my focus back to my conversation with Haru. I am Rosen Quirena. I am this world's sole antidote. I will lead everyone in their necessary evolution into true gods. This still kind of, I kind of feel like this still shuts down the prologue that I played when I first started that says the adjutant is literally the only person in the entire world who can do this, who can absorb the trees. The video of her subduing the tree by herself is spreading like wildfire. Most people think she's some madwoman who popped out of nowhere, but others who admire her strength are beginning to take an interest in her. If I had agreed to join her, I have a feeling I would have been the star of this campaign. Sounds about right. Before, the relationship between Yggdrasil and other entities was much worse. Things don't look too good now either. It seems like there are several high-ranking officers in the military who secretly supported her. Right. That's why Director Tao and General Adrian came to a new agreement. The new agreement? Right. We'll provide them with a portion of the Heimdall Force's training techniques. It will all be selectively communicated to the Beowulf Battalion, along with some exosuits the company developed. Okay, yeah, and that's what I was thinking. Like, unless we've already taken care of Rosen, before I began playing and they added that new prologue, then the new prologue is entirely inaccurate because I am not the only person who can take care of the trees. But according to the prologue, he is. The adjutant is the only one who can absorb Tytogen and manipulate it. So, I don't know. It's a little, probably just like a slip up, but it's still a weird slip up. Regardless of whether Rosen was telling the truth about her purpose, it's survival of the fittest right now. We need to increase the quantity and quality of our manifestations, so everyone willing to join our side has the means to take her on. I have to go back just for this? So I can do some boring joint meeting and teach a bunch of rookies how to fight titans? Oh, Fanny doesn't look pleased. When I ran into Fanny at the bar and told her about the company's plans for her, She revealed the exact expression I was expecting from her. But what followed was completely beyond what I could have imagined. Can't I wait a few more days to go back? Miss Heimdall celebrity, why are you avoiding the spotlight this time? I don't want to be a celebrity, she doesn't. What? I just want to stay here with you for a few more days. Aw. And the adjutant's a little, is he embarrassed? I mean, you're pretty... Maybe. The way the game describes it in the prologue is that the adjutant is the only person in the entire world who has the ability. So, I think it's a slip-up of theirs. They might have just forgotten Rosen. Or maybe the writer of the prologue is someone different who perhaps forgot about this and they just passed it on through the quality checks or whatever they do to ensure game control quality. I don't know, but it's definitely an odd thing. And yeah, we are almost done. We have just the special chapter, and then we have chapter 14, part 1. Well, you're not going back yet, right? There are so many things left to handle here, and who knows if Rosen planted some spies or something. I don't think she did. Even though she kept blabbing about contaminating Ganges not being important or whatever, what if she comes back right away if we give her the chance? She seemed smarter and more perceptive, like she was seeing the bigger picture. Does the adjutant seem a little confused by Fenny suddenly growing a brain? And why do I find that funny? Whatever. I'm so irritated. I'll go back. Anyway, it's the same old story. There's going to be plenty of inspections and tests to handle. He suddenly stood up, reached across the bar into the liquor cabinet behind it, and grabbed a bottle. I don't care about anything else. You just better spend tonight with me, and... She opened the bottle, brought over 2 glasses, and poured the drink into them in front of us. Don't go looking for Wednesday. Still competing with her, huh? As she hummed quietly, she picked up the glass, spun around in the bar stool, and leaned on my shoulder. She spoke again after some time, her tone completely different. A little bickering can actually strengthen family bonds, saving you a bit of trouble, more or less. She remained quiet after saying this, simply allowing her head to nestle into a comfortable spot on my shoulder as if she had fallen asleep. I stared at the bottle of alcohol she had opened in front of me. Blonde rye. A blondie in a field of rye. I slowly gulped down the remaining liquor in my glass. It was true that our new enemy was more dangerous, more cunning, and more sinister than those we had faced in the past. But the Heimdall force was growing stronger too. Yes. Oh. Well, I'm not going to read any of that. Hang on. Here we go. Yes. The world was cruel. And it was only getting crueler. The battles that soon awaited us would be fiercer and harsher than ever before. But as far as I could see, everything would eventually transform into something beautiful with them by my side. Before I knew it, another long and eventful story had passed. Tonight, the least I could do was obey the wishes of this queen and relax. So, the new Hentiro chapter is to be continued. Oh my god, how did we know this? Oh dear. She's looking awfully degenerate right now. And sweaty. What is she doing? Is she making a manga? No, you know what? This looks like maybe storyboarding. I'm not gonna moan like that, sorry. Mr. Adjutant, you're so heroic. Wow, perv. Perv. How should I go about designing this storyboard? Should the camera pan in? Or maybe I should start with a wide shot and then suddenly zoom into his face? That's right, she's writing. At least it's not slash fanfiction. That's all we can be grateful for right here. Ah, this is so hard. I can't choose. I want all of the cameras, all of their lenses to revolve around him. Ooh, wow, man, she is down bad. The hero who saved the world will never stop moving forward, and I'll be the one to document every minute and second of his future. Hot scene, though. Like, she's looking fine. As a faithful documentarian. I don't trust her. I don't trust her. What is this? We got something here. What is this? Obtain this item to unlock its corresponding avatar. Oh, right. Okay. Mini Covenant Life and Mini Covenant Benny. And we're done. We're done with this. She is very much like Beta. You hit the nail on the head. You hit the nail on the head. So before we go into the next chapter, let's do this. Because we can grab some stuff here. All that. And we're new here. We got something. And we're going to go here. You know what? You are right. The sweating definitely makes me want to play her more. So this is the next one, Operation Midnight. And it's oh no, never mind. It is actually very long. Holy shit. Okay. It's actually really long. Okay. So now, Operation Midnight. There are 24 parts to Operation Midnight. Not as long as last one.
In Act 1, you can be certain that it'll go off in Act 3.
Okay, I thought we were gonna get more voice acting. Everyone's here. Excellent. You know why I keep calling you all together. Who is this guy? Who's the supervisor? At midnight in the museum's grand hall, the sharp-suited curator stood on a stool, emphasizing the importance of tonight's duties with his vigorous speech in front of dozens of security guards. With an emphatic gesture, the gleaming object in his hand caught every eye. My God, it's the tear from the sky. The tear from the what? Are we gonna have like a Phantom Thief on our hands in this one? Are we gonna get like some Detective Conan stuff going down here? The culprit is in this room. It's called the Tear of Welkin, you idiot. Get it right. Oh, Welkin. Oh, be damned. It's as big as a goose egg. With a sly smirk, the curator allowed the whispers to build. His intentions had been precisely this, to drive home the value of the diamond to his staff. I do indeed know the star of this story, so... I believe you are all up to speed by now. The Tear of the Welkin here is the largest diamond in the world. Its worth? Let's just say it could easily buy Almost half of New Hentira. That's a big, bold-ass claim. I can't even imagine how expensive New Hentiro is. And that's a floating fucking island, dude. And I think that's the only floating island in, like, the entire world. Another ripple of astonishment instantly swept through the crowd. So, no matter what, even if it means an all-nighter for everyone, this diamond must stay safe. Keep your eyes peeled outside the hall. Don't even let a Kuru bee buzz past. As for inside, our state-of-the-art Ulster security system will do its job. Just make sure you don't accidentally trip the alarm because... With a nonchalant flick of his wrist, the curator tossed a handkerchief toward the display case. Instantly, crimson lasers sliced through it, leaving a smolder of burnt fabric in the air. I'm just gonna say, this thing is gonna get stolen so fast. Everyone knows that the greater the security system, the easier it is to slip past it. That's just common knowledge. Mishaps like that won't be covered by workers' comp. With a satisfied nod at his little performance, the curator securely tucked the diamond back into its display case, where it was instantly stolen. He knew. He knew. Hey, give me a second. He knew that what had just transpired had been faithfully recorded by the surveillance cameras facing the museum hall. The higher-ups would likely be very pleased. However, unbeknownst to him and everyone in the hall, the surveillance system's feeds had already been tapped into by an external network, currently streaming live to an unknown recipient's device. Ooh, I wonder who this could be. Oh my god, is this Acacia? In a dimly lit, poorly ventilated room, filled with a faint scent of energy drinks, a single streak of light filtered through a gap in the curtains, battling the glow from several oversized monitors. While most would avoid working in such a place, the young hacker thrived in this unpleasant sanctum. The monitors reflected in her eyes, displaying live feeds from all around the museum, including the ongoing briefing in the Grand Hall. Her fingers danced across the keyboard, skillfully merging the feeds into a three-dimensional hologram of the museum's layout. The hologram not only pinpointed surveillance cameras and electrified fences, but also highlighted the security patrol's route. The security patrol's routes. Nope, that is Freetia. That's gotta be Freetia. There we go. Just as the girl stretched, admiring her handiwork, she heard a sharp knock at the door. Password. Someone outside the door. Who's outside the door? This is the temperature of desperation. They sound embarrassed. The door unlocked upon recognizing the eccentric password. Come in. Before she could finish, the visitor pushed the door open, flooding the room with ample light and exposing the disarray of files and clothes all around. Definitely not Professor Freetia. Never. Before she could finish... Oh, right. No, we already did that. And Agave. Ignis, this place could use a little cleaning, don't you think? Agave paused at the doorway, arms crossed, frowning at the familiar disarray, clearly hesitant to enter. Well, I call it strategically organized. Everything I need is just an arm's length away. Perfectly proficient. Professor Freetia, your slob is showing. What kind of logic? My knight, aren't you going to discipline your sister? I had been casually observing from behind, amused by their usual bickering. With Agave yanking me into the fray, I had no choice but to walk into the room. Navigating a minefield of empty soda cans, files, and strewn laundry, I made my way to Ignis and lightly smacked her on the head as a symbolic punishment. Ow! That hurt! Dr. Ignis. Does he have puffed collars? Bro, look at this. He got the douchebag collars going on. The high collar. The popped collar. Maybe we should get down to business. A few minutes later, after some arduous tidying by Ignis, Agave, and I, finally got to sit on the edge of a cleared bed. Our focus drawn to the holographic projection of the museum floating in the middle of the room. So wait, we're gonna steal a massive ass diamond. Okay, I'm all on board with this. Let's be phantom thieves. Alright then. Allow me, Prof. Dr. Ignis, to brief you on this mission. After her opening remarks, Ignis magnified the projection, centering on the showcase bathing in a golden glow in the middle of the grand hall. Really? Okay. I need to get that suit. I'm sure you've heard the news reports about the Tear of the Welkin. Currently, the world's largest diamond is right here in the museum. And tomorrow, after the exhibit, it's scheduled to be handed off to its new owner, Mr. Better. Better? You mean... Precisely. The buyer is none other than one of the higher-ups of Jotunheim, the notorious transactional crime syndicate. This is a movie, isn't it? We're actors in Agave's movie, aren't we? Nvidia's movie. We're going to nab that diamond and spoil his day. So this is another mission based on your personal whims, isn't it? Though I said that, I wasn't actually questioning my sister Ignis's judgment. I never really did. Sister, man. After all, she was the brains. It was her idea that I operate in the city under the moniker Midnight Knight and partner with a secret agent, Shadow Agave. Stupid names. Though not related by blood, I had come to trust Ignis as family over the years. Shaking off any lingering doubts, I refocused on the museum's schematics and began mentally mapping our approach and escape. The security at the museum is always tight, and it's likely to be beefed up even more tonight. This is going to be trickier than our usual gigs. Ignis, can you disable the security system? Well, I can handle the surveillance network, but the museum's internal defense systems aren't connected to any external network. You guys will have to take care of them by yourselves. Video Agave's look like a digital camera. Unreal? I'm guessing we're gonna get to play her. As she spoke, she casually tossed a pistol my way, which I snagged mid-air with ease. The good news is that most of these defense systems can be brute forced, in a literal sense. I've equipped your guns with silencers, so go wild. I nodded slowly and stowed the pistol. Alright, let's hammer out the final details of our plan. The strategy session dragged on for hours. Only when I was convinced Agave and Ignis knew their parts inside and out did I turn off the projection. Woo, I'm whipped. Time to refuel with some sugary goodness. You know, I've noticed that every genius in every gacha game ever in the history of ever, sugar addict. All of them. Without fail. I assume it's because sugar causes enhanced brain activity, is the trope. As Ignis bolted out the door, Agave suddenly leaned in with an enigmatic grin. So, my knight, quick question. What do you think is the hardest thing to steal in the world? That's a bit out of the blue, isn't it? A human heart. Just indulge my curiosity for a sec, will you? Come on, take a guess. Though my mind was still on our museum heist plan, I couldn't shake Agave's persistence, so I responded. Ha, yep. I knew that was going to be an answer. The human heart. Elusive and unpredictable. That might be the hardest thing to steal, I'd say. Huh. Thinking outside the box. We are very much alike, my knight. I just realized she's got a lot less skin than I'm used to. My casual remarks seem to have sparked real contemplation in Agave. Hardest thing to steal. Perhaps that question might be worth revisiting. Because as the night deepened and I geared up for our mission, Agave was still absorbed in thought. "2:42 a.m. Fully armed, Agave and I stood atop a 22-story building, overlooking the museum from a few hundred meters away. A perfect vantage point. This is true. I think that's where the trope originally came from. Was that geniuses, because they use a lot of brain power, therefore they use a lot of glucose, they need more sugar. Step 1. The museum's vicinity is tightly secured. We'll need to jump from a nearby building and parachute onto the museum's roof. My knight, can I hold your hand? What's wrong? I'm terrified. She says that, but she looks like she's about to orgasm. Since when? You were perfectly fine during our last skydive. Boo-hoo, boo-hoo, poor Agave. She's sobbing. I just can't say no to her, can I? My knight... Before Agave could latch onto me like a koala bear, I grabbed her hand and jumped. Good on us. Keep her on her toes. 2:45 a.m. We are soaring through the sky. As planned, we landed on the museum's roof without a hitch. Looking down, the museum was surrounded by layers of heavily armed guards, creating an impressive fortress. Step 2. Once on the roof of the museum, we'll rappel down to the ground floor's back door and break into the side exhibition hall using Ignis's custom lockpick. Looks like we've hit a snag, my knight. Uh-oh, what's going on now? Following her gaze, I spotted an unexpected swarm of guards near what should have been a weak spot. A human wall of patrolling guards below now blocked our planned entry. Not good. Looks like Mr. Beater has upped their security budget. I've got an idea. Wait a sec. Before I could protest, Agave had already swung a punch at the museum's rooftop glass. The sharp crack of shattering glass pierced the quiet night, with flying shards grazing Agave's hand and possibly alerting everybody. Is nobody gonna hear that? Blood trailed from her fingers down to her wrist, then dripped from her elbow onto the ground. She simply wiped the blood with her other hand to prevent staining her clothes. Then, she turned to me with a grin. All set. Let's get in there. And no one heard that? Like, no one. No one heard that. What? So we got 2 missions and then progress 2. We're making good time. Brum bum bum brum bum bum. Yeah. We're gonna add Mia to this one. We don't need to, but honestly, I don't know how good Lydia is. Okay.
Testing, testing. Can you hear me? Loud and clear. By the way, the diamond in the case is a fake. I'm guessing
Obviously.
they hid the real one on the 2nd floor. See those controllers near you? You should act fast.
Okay, so I just shoot it. And we got a robot. We're gonna do actual combat? Surveillance device. When you enter the surveillance device's scanning area, its red alert light is activated. The guard bot enters invulnerable state and attacks within the scanning range. The attack and invulnerable state cease once you exit the range of the device. The guard bot operates in tandem with the surveillance device and their systems are connected. Okay. So destroy the device.
I'll wrap this up in no time.
Oh. And you basically loses its abilities. Do we even need to shoot that thing? I think we just leave it. This one. Wow, that shooting that with a gun actually helps somehow. It's whatevs. 2nd floor,
There.
let's go.
That should do it. I'll wrap this up in no time. Fade away. Along with the bullet.
That does look like a camera.
Hey, next up.
You know, she's actually not bad.
There's no one even here. They sure put a lot of faith in these surveillance devices and robots. Too bad these fancy-looking gadgets aren't actually that effective. You came just in time. You saved me there. I'll wrap this up in no time. Hey, next up. Hey, next up.
There. Alright, we gotta find... Oh no, never mind. This is just moving. It's always kind of wild that you'd expect these to be ow. Oh. Like why make
That's a bit much.
But they
Hang
still
on.
have a bad habit of installing the controller outside.
I just got a call. Don't know who any of these people are. Who called me? No one. I'm gonna say no one. And, oh, let's shoot that. Did I not do anything? Oh yeah, shoot that one too. Really? So potentially she's a lot stronger than I would imagine. There we go. Activate that. Get whatever that
You
is.
came just in time.
I'm wondering what her setup is now.
You saved me there. Time to send them off the stage. Hey,
Oh, we got her ultimate. Let's see what her ultimate
Behold.
does.
you're about to witness something one of a kind. Seriously? Hey,
You know, her powers are pretty wild.
hey, next up. Seriously?
And what is she even doing? Chi blasts?
Along with the bull. Get ready for the. Oh, so this is where they hid it.
You know, it's kind of funny. We dropped, according to the visual novel storytelling, we dropped in from the roof, which means we'd be on the top floor. So why did we start from the bottom floor?
You're of the welcome now. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Now, nothing can disturb us.
Don't want to hurt that, am I?
No surprises. No surprises.
We gotta go down.
I opened an emergency exit for you. Hurry up and get out of there.
You're so reliable, Doctor. Let's go, my knight. The best part is yet to come.
Huh?
Next up. Seriously?
Yeah, that is a pretty good attack. You can join Kafka, Evelyn. What yet? Very true.
Fade away.
You know what? I wouldn't be
Come on,
surprised
bullet.
if
Just a minor injury. I'm fine.
I wouldn't be surprised if Kafka's where she got her base design from. Like, she basically just looks like a hornier, perverted Kafka.
Behold.
Uh-oh. Damn it. I don't want to do
something one
that.
of a kind.
That's bad. I wasted my ultimate.
Hey, next up. My knight. How about we go see a movie after we get out of here? There's that romance film that's been popular recently. I hear you can't watch it without tearing up.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to watch it? Well, no need to make that face. About to witness something one of a kind.
Sad the adjutant is not able to talk. Would be kind of fun if he actually responded.
You came just in time.
I'm going this way. Down. Down. Down by the river. Now we need to get out of here. Oh, cutscene.
We got them!
This up to note. Must we always resort to violence? How long do you think they'll last against us? Next up. Seriously?
Hey, look closely.
Let's use Cirrus. Oh, I don't even think I need to use... Oh. No, I gotta... Oh, there it is. I gotta use those things. Okay, we're gonna do
one of a kind.
You gotta shoot the camera. There. And then over here, shoot the camera.
Next up.
There. And we get out.
I'm okay. Just a little warm.
Over here. Taking advantage of the museum's layout, Agave and I took cover behind the stairwell landing, unleashing a barrage of fire to knock down waves of advancing enemies. Suddenly, Ignis's voice crackled through the communicator. Hate to interrupt your shooting spree, but it seems the entire city's police force is zeroing in on your location. Might be a good time to make an exit. Just this doctor's professional opinion. Why is she called doctor if she's a never mind. Whatever. Huh? But we're just getting warmed up. Ignis has a point. We've secured the Tier of Welkin, so there's no need to stick around for a drawn-out battle. You're right. But it seems these gentlemen aren't too keen on letting us go. That's why we make our escape despite that? As if to prove her point, Agave recklessly peeked out from our cover, only to be greeted by bullets zipping in from multiple directions. So we're pinned down. Are you insane? I yanked her back, pressing her down behind the cover as I rummaged through the assortment of gadgets Ignis had stuffed into my bag before we left, hoping to find something useful. Marshmallows, chocolate, coffee pudding. Why is it all just sweets? Yeah, we have a single gadget. Oh, right. That's because you had low blood sugar levels at your last checkup. Thought you might need a sugar boost. Bro, we're in the middle of stealing a giant ass diamond and you're giving us sweets. Oh, aren't you a sweetheart? This really isn't the time to spoil your sister, says the woman who is recklessly peeking out from behind the wall. Shut your face. I don't think he meant it. Fortunately, Ignis didn't actually expect me to fight off enemies with confections. Digging deeper, I found exactly what I needed. Weighing the device in my hand, I estimated the distance and hurled a custom-made smoke grenade that Ignis had prepared. With a loud bang, smoke enveloped the space between us and the enemy. I quickly stowed away my pistol and the diamond and turned to Agave. Agave, hop on. Am I gonna piggyback her? Hop on what? Seriously? The koala bear suddenly forgot her hobby at a time like this? Koala bear, get on me. With no time for explanations, I stepped forward, scooped Agave into my arms, and fired the grappling hook in my hand. You know, with that coat, he kind of looks like Dracula. Propelled by the cable, Agave and I soared out of the Grand Hall in an instant. Whoa! Bringing the grappling hook was definitely a smart move. And thanks to the hole you made in the roof on our way in, we've got our exclusive emergency exit. But entering through the roof wasn't part of the plan. Why would you have a grappling hook in your bag? Obviously, the adjutant prepares for all possibilities. I can't predict everything, but it's always good to be prepared for contingencies. Aw, you're so cool. Give me a kiss. Easy now. Hold still. I feel like she's not the best director. After Agave and I escaped from the rooftop, as the smoke in the Grand Hall below slowly cleared, murmurs rose among the guards sprawled on the floor. Can we get up now? Shh. The director hasn't called cut yet. Good thing we're wearing masks. Smoke was no joke. I'll clear everyone up. Chang Xing! Oh, it's the producer. Producer Chang Xing. The producer waved away the last wisp of smoke, then turned to the crew, busily managing their filming equipment. That girl was so busy enjoying her time with the adjutant that she completely forgot to call cut. This is a new Is this a new uniform? Everyone take 5. I'll go see if I can find the director and our star. I'm back. Oh. Chang Xing's eyes lit up when she saw me. But the next moment, she noticed Agave still clinging tightly to my neck and my arms. She wouldn't let go, so it took us a bit longer to get back from the rooftop. Hearing my accusation, the suit careless Snowpeak. Ah. Hearing my accusation, the culprit in my arms remained unbothered. Even having the nerve to nuzzle closer into my chest. How dare you? Freetia, care to lend a hand? Absolutely. Yeah, you tell them, doctor. Watching indignantly from the sidelines, Freetia swiftly sprang into action, flanking Agave, with Chang Xing and grabbing her on either side. What are you guys doing? No! Why are we doing this again? 1 week earlier. This is the 14th public security incident today. Late at night on the street of New Hentiro, several men lay groaning outside a jewelry store, sprawled in disarray. As Agave and I had passed by, they had been attempting to smash the door's glass window to rob it. It seems the repercussions of Rose and Quarena's actions are more severe than we anticipated. During Rosen's attack on Ganges, we were forced to choose the lesser of two evils and redirected the onslaught of malicious data into the minds of the citizens of New Hentiro. Time, we didn't have the luxury to scrutinize the content and implications of the data. Clearly, it was now beginning to affect the people of New Hentiro. Incidents once rare in New Hentiro, verbal altercations, physical conflict, and even robberies, were now occurring with disturbing regularity. Compared to the destructiveness of titans or wars, these public security cases might have seemed trivial anywhere else in the world. But here in New Hentiro, these spontaneous, unheralded events could significantly disrupt Ganges' oversight of the city, threatening the overall stability. So until a solution was found, Agave and I decided to act as temporary guards. A direct approach to try and help alleviate Ganges' burden. Yet, it seemed to be a temporary fix at best. Sighing, I handcuffed the thwarted thieves and handed them over to the security bots, arriving late to the scene. Let's go back and see how they're doing at the company. Okay, so before we continue, something like we finished New Hentiro, we saved the day, and then the citizens infected by the corrupted data began committing crimes, and somehow that devolved into us directing a film about stealing a diamond? I don't know what's going on here. Alright, there's been a major breakthrough, Adjutant. As soon as I activated the communicator, Fritia's grinning face appeared on the screen. I could just make out that she was standing in front of a massive floor-to-ceiling window. Due to the time difference, it was nighttime for me in New Hentiro. Sunlight was streaming in behind her. Wait, I thought I dialed Tao's number. Fritia, let's focus on the issue at hand. Oh, Tao, where's Tao? The familiar voice of Tao sounded from behind Fritia. Aye, Director Tao. Okay. Fritia quickly stepped aside, allowing Tao to appear on the screen. Your report suggests that the citizens of New Hentiro are becoming increasingly violent, a clear result of the malicious data's influence. This phenomenon mirrors the process of manifestations being endowed with a Deus, albeit in reverse. Tao paused, absently tugging at her sleeve, a tell I'd come to recognize when she was deep in thought. So I stayed silent, trying not to interrupt. She knew. You might recall our discussions about Project Deus Ex. Deus Ex? How could I forget? Tao once uploaded a wealth of myths into Edda, hoping the AI supercomputer would become a new god for humanity and guide civilization. I'm gonna say this, but uploading data of the myths of various gods in the hopes of creating a god is probably the dumbest thing you could ever do. Because just look at all the bullshit that the gods commit. Like, all the shit that the gods do in stories is absolutely horrendous. Just saying. Just throwing that out there. That seems like a bad idea. After Edda's defection, she had shifted her focus to the manifestations. Rosen is doing the same thing, except her myths don't include solidarity, bravery, or sincerity. Instead, they promote war, disaster, survival of the fittest, law of the jungle. Classic Rosen. That woman is truly a product of her own narrative. It's exactly what I expected. So that's what's driving the people of New Hentiro mad? She doesn't seek to bring forth a guiding divinity. She is tapping into humanity's basest, bestial instincts. No wonder she and Edda didn't get along. So, what was the major breakthrough Fritia had mentioned earlier? Oh, and there's Changxing. The data was originally intended for Ganges, and its effects on humans have proven to be unpredictable. Changxing, you're there too? Obviously. Yes, Adjutant. Director Tao has placed great importance on this research, so she has assigned both Fritia and me to lead it. Changxing gave a small bow. She revealed a smile. Our findings suggest that while it's challenging to completely erase the data, overwriting it is actually quite simple. So they're going to overwrite the data of all of the malicious data that was sent into the citizens with a movie directed by Vidya. This is my theory. Sounds like it will also have something to do with Titan. Spot on, Adjutant. In theory, by re-encoding, we can completely alter their nature and strip away all malevolent aspects. The only catch is that the process will take over an hour. I nodded and shifted my attention back to Tao. I know the company's short on staff at the moment, but I'll need to borrow Fritia and Changxing for a few days. Fixing New Hentiro's problems sooner is also good for the company's public image. Tao seemed surprised, a faint smile flickering across her lips. Even when you're not at the office, you remain Heimdall's adjutant. You don't need my permission to deploy your team. Yes. Agave. Huh? Yes, Director Tao. Keep the adjutant safe. This will be your last mission as a Levitane agent. Understood. So, and then she's gonna join the harem. After ending communication with the company, I began planning our next moves. I had previously considered directly interacting with the Berserk citizens of New Hentiro, using my Titagen abilities to address the malicious data in their minds. But dealing with humans isn't the same as dealing with titans or machines. I wasn't entirely sure if I could pull it off. Even if it worked, the long-term effects would remain uncertain. Besides, it would have been impossible to heal all the citizens in such a short time. However, before Life had left New Hentiro, she shared something interesting with me. Flashback? No. I looked up at Agave, who was absent-mindedly twirling a piece of thread in her hands, her fingers nimbly weaving it into intricate patterns. She must be really good at Cat's Cradle. Now we've got a flashback. Do you really understand Agave's special power, Adjutant? Why is she back in this armor? Well, it seems she can glimpse into the future through that string of hers. There's more to it than that. What do you mean? I've seen her show her thread to some panicked citizens during an earthquake in New Hentiro, calming them down instantly. You mean she can influence people's emotions? I remembered her showing me that same piece of thread back at Heartflow Garden. I hadn't noticed anything unusual at the time. Moreover, she seems to be able to see Katya as a fragmented phantom. I see. That explains why she was chosen as a Levitane agent, and why Tao sent her here. Just be careful, Adjutant. Are you worried she might abuse it on me? I chuckled softly, pulling Life into my arms and gently ruffling her hair. I'm certain she won't harm you. But when you aren't around, she's definitely not as sweet as she appears to be. I mean, she's a degenerate. Adjutant? Snapping back to reality, I found Agave's face right in front of mine. What is it? Have you ever watched a superhero movie? I've seen a few. Perfect. Then this just might work. Why do you ask? I get the feeling this is where she gets the idea to make a movie. After hearing what Director Tao said, I've got an idea. With a flourish, she twirled on the spot, performed an elaborate curtsy, and then extended her right hand toward me with a smile. Let's make a movie, yep. Knew it. Make a movie? 2 days later, at the Skyport, I picked up Fritia and Chengxing, who had rushed overnight. I shared my decision with them. It was Agave's idea. She said that since New Hentiro has been somewhat cut off from the rest of the world, the locals have developed a deep affinity for the dramatic narratives found in fiction. If we can embed the processed data into a movie, we might be able to overwrite the malicious data in the citizens' minds during the screening. That does sound like a viable approach. And there's an added advantage, too. As Agave and I have gone around maintaining order in the city, many locals have filmed us. We've sort of become local celebrities. If we make a movie, it should be quite popular in New Hensiro. He's already working on it. Explains a lot. With surprisingly unanimous support from everyone, Agave began her long-planned movie production. According to her, it would be an epoch-making superhero romance comedy. About people stealing a diamond? Superhero movies filmed in the New Territory have quickly gained global popularity, and romantic comedies have become the hottest genre in recent years. Combining the two, it will surely be a blockbuster. So let's see, New Territories. The New Territory is a region in the middle of the continent that is bordered by Holm, Yaris, Ulster, and Felocia. Historically, it was considered a barren wasteland due to its landlocked position and absence of rivers, and remained unexplored until recent industrialization drove the Ulster people to explore eastward, where they stumbled upon gold and oil. Eventually, disagreement over control of this region triggered the New Territory War, leading to the region's independence. Today, the New Territory is an active young player in the continent's political scene. Okay. All right. So, Agave took the roles of director, screenwriter, and leading actress, while I was cast as the leading male protagonist. Fritia and Chang Xing would also star in prominent roles, whereas the roles of supporting actors, extras, script supervisors, and photographers were filled by volunteering New Hentiro citizens. Since Agave applied for funding from the company, Chang Xing had been appointed by Tao as the producer, tasked with overseeing the budget and keeping Agave's insatiable enthusiasm for me in check. Insatiable enthusiasm for the adjutant, indeed. Like right now, she was giving an earful to Agave, who had just been pulled off me. Adjutant? Oh, are you two done disciplining her? Please don't misunderstand. I wasn't disciplining her. As the producer, I was simply discussing the project's progress and scheduling with her. I believe Miss Agave has taken the feedback to heart. We finished filming the first act and are all set to head to the next location for the shooting. If you have no further instructions, Adjutant, I shall proceed to inform the rest of the crew. Please go ahead, and thank you. When it came to management, Chang Xing was indeed very reliable. As for Agave, I turned my head, only to see her sitting forlornly in the director's chair, hands empty, appearing quite dejected. But there seemed to be something off about her hand. I slowly approached her and, before she could react, grasped her right wrist. Adjutant, what are you doing? She blushed, instinctively trying to pull her hand back. I didn't respond, carefully examining her hand. The fair skin was marred by several conspicuous cuts, dividing the back of her hand into segments. This must have been when she punched the glass window. That scene where you broke the glass window wasn't scripted, was it? All set. Let's get in there. Flashback time. I had been suspicious at the time. The script did not include shattering the glass. and the blood that was dripping from Agave's hand seemed too realistic. I just improvised a bit. She was surprisingly candid about it. It felt right, so I went for it. I have always been like this. But if you don't like it, I can... I pressed a finger against her lips, shaking my head. Come with me. I led Agave into a small room tucked away in the southeast corner of the museum. It was once a storage room, but had been repurposed into a makeshift lounge for the crew. Agave stared at me with a puzzled expression as I rummaged through various drawers and cabinets, eventually pulling out a small first aid kit. Injuries are par for the course when shooting an action movie, so I'd asked the support crew to keep a first aid kit ready on set. After a brief explanation, I retrieved ointment and bandages from the kit and approached Agave. Take a seat. Let me take care of that. For the next few minutes, Agave remained uncharacteristically quiet. She watched intently as I applied the ointment to her hand, sneaking glances at my face before quickly looking away. I didn't expect her to be so shy about that sort of thing. There, all done. The medicine here in New Hantiro usually works like a charm. The cut should be healed by tomorrow. I nodded as I finished wrapping her hand in bandages, satisfied with my handiwork. Oh, and you're not left-handed, are you? Huh? No, I'm not. Next time when you feel like improvising, try using your left hand. It's a bit less convenient to do stuff when you are injured with your dominant hand. I'll keep that in mind. Let's head back. Crew is waiting for us. Alright, and there we go. And I'm actually getting really tired, so I'm going to end things here. Afterwards, we'll watch File 1 later tomorrow. No, but I think we did good. We finished the,
Hi, Spy.
the main story for Chapter 13, so now we're just doing the movie, I guess. Oh, well, I wanted to thank you all for joining me. Tin Can. You saw me nodding there, huh? Or yawning. I'm probably going to take a very quick power nap. And then maybe cook some dinner. I've got dinner, but I'll heat up some dinner after I take like maybe a 20 to 30 minute nap, I think. Will put me in the right spot. But Tin Can, Cal, Anime Hero Gamer Fan, thank you guys for joining me on this stream. Will do, Cal. Thank you guys again for joining me. You guys have a great day. Try not to work too hard. And I'll see you later.
Là sáng xa rơi rụng ôm nỗi sầu thầm lặng hương sắc hoa sập bàn mặc kệ gió mấy ngàn rồi biết đi về đâu trôi theo áng mây phiêu bồng ai thấu lòng có nhớ ai đâu hiểu lòng thương lắm vẫn duyên lỡ làng sa ong cánh tay